In a statement, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the GCCI, noted with growing concern the increasingly hostile and aggressive posture taken by members of the Guyana Police Force against representatives of political parties and accredited observers. The GCCI said its observer team was present on the evening of March 16, 2020, at the compound of the Artachon Conference Center when a group of accredited observers and party agents who had convened a peaceful gathering outside of the building were confronted by riot police and forced to leave the premises. The GCCI said it can confirm that the observers and party representatives who attempted to question and gain clarity on the orders were subsequently threatened with incarceration. The GCCI said it condemns all attempts of intimidation by the police force, as such actions set an uncomfortable precedent for the treatment of those involved in elections observation, and also brings the police force's professionalism and impartiality into question. The GCCI called on all parties involved to exercise restraint and refrain from interfering with or compromising the independence and integrity of the electoral process, and to act only in a legal framework in accordance with the law. The organization said acts of intimidation targeted towards accredited observers and party representatives and attempts of overt political interference in the work of the Guyana Elections Commission (GECOM) must be openly denounced by all right-thinking political actors, as such actions threaten to weaken and undermine democracy in Guyana. Meanwhile, the Private Sector Commission, the PSC, said it has observed with increasing and grave concern instances where the Guyana Police Force seems to have been acting under direct political direction. In particular, members of the Commission and its elections observers said they witnessed the deliberate and forceful intervention of heavily armed police in preventing the oversight of the statements of poll at GCOM by physically removing accredited political party representatives, accredited observers, including private sector observers, and members of the media. This resulted in the exposure of the statements of poll to possible fraudulent alteration, the PSC said. Further, the Commission cited the complete failure of the police to prevent mass crowds of the governing party's political supporters actively harassing and threatening accredited observers, party officials, and media professionals in the course of their respective functions, both outside of GCOM and at other places. The Commission further noted the most recent incident of police officers assaulting and attempting to arrest a GCOM commissioner who was maintaining a legitimate presence to oversee the storage of ballot boxes in containers at the Artachon Convention Center. The Private Sector Commission said it has made numerous attempts to telephone the Commissioner of Police without success. The private sector called on the Commissioner of Police to execute his duties as head of the Guyana Police Force to ensure that every member of the force acts in accordance with its mandate set out in Article 197(4) of the Constitution of Guyana and the provisions of the Police Act, Chapter 1601. The Private Sector Commission said it remains ready and available to engage the Commissioner on these matters.